Do I think movie theaters will be around in 100 years? Absolutely. You know, everything really started with the Nickelodeons. They were the first permanent dedicated theaters, and that era was from roughly about 1905 to around 1913. And the Nickelodeons were really the beginning of the modern movie business in a lot of ways. Moving into the next big change really came in the post-war years, where we saw the drive-ins rise in popularity. And by the late 1950s, there were almost as many drive-ins in the U.S. as there were what they called hardtop theaters.
I really think the drive-ins have the best chance of coming back and prospering that they have had in 40 years. Talking to each other before the feature, the kids are playing out in the field, throwing the ball or whatever. They're sitting outside, they're relaxing, like in their backyard or at a campground, and it's an experience. I tell people all the time, the walk-in is a movie, the drive-in is a memory. You talk to people from my generation, okay, and about an older movie. If they seen it in a walk-in theater or seen it on television, they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, I seen that movie. It was good or it was bad or whatever." If they seen it at a drive-in, they're going to tell you what drive-in they seen it at, what vehicle they were in, how old they were when they seen that movie, who was with them. It becomes a memory. The people that tend to want to watch it on the streaming service weren't going to go to a theater to start out with. They were going to wait for it to come out on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever it is. Uh, you know, it's a totally different experience. I mean, take any big action movie. You sitting home, you watch it on your TV. You enjoy the movie, but you don't really get into the movie. You go to a movie theater, whether it's a walk-in or a drive-in, preferably a drive-in. You're looking at a 90-foot screen, which is what I have. You can actually become part of the movie. I mean, you it's a totally different experience. There's nothing ever going to match the experience of the silver screen.
Like I said, 80% of Americans subscribe to some sort of streaming service. And I think at some level, they're like, we just have to have lots and lots of content. And if it's not A-level content, well, you know, come on, we've all clicked on stuff that looks really good and been like, huh, where's the remote? You know, gotta find something else. So it's good and bad. It's a real mixed bag. And I think where you see the film is very much a part of the experience. And it does change your emotional reaction to stuff that you're watching.
Definitely Netflix and stuff is more convenient, but the movie theater every once in a while, that's awesome.
There's a giant screen, sound all around you, like you're glued in.
It kind of consumes you rather than watching at home.
Like, for example, Black Adam is going to be coming out soon. That's not something that I want to watch on a television screen, or it's not something that I want to watch at home. I want kind of a surround sound experience. I think streaming services are great. Obviously, I use them, but there is definitely a different experience that comes with going into a movie theater.
The other thing is I can't stand watching stuff streaming. I can't stand watching things on my phone or my computer. It's got to be at least on a big screen.
Mostly the experience, like the whole environment keeps me going to the movie theater, like the whole atmosphere, the popcorn also gets me going to the movie theater.
You know, there was a round of applause in the movie theater, people were cheering, like you don't get that at home. So that's kind of, that camaraderie kind of keeps me coming back.
The whole place is darkened, so it takes you into a further realm than you normally would.
I think people will still want to have that experience, you know. I think we're going to start seeing that. And I would not be surprised that some people watch a film now and then and say, you know, while they're streaming it, and say, wow, that's a really beautiful film. Let's go see it in the theater. And so hopefully theaters like that will be with us for quite some time, I hope.